Practical steps to saving money only worked for me after I adopted a few mindsets that changed the foundation of how I handled my money. Because even if I cut out all the coffee spending, if I didn't do some of the things that I'm going to mention today, I definitely wouldn't have made as much progress with saving. Here are a few mindsets for living more frugally. But first, if you're new to my channel, thank you for stopping by. Here we talk about minimalism, frugal living, tech, and things of that nature. So if that sounds good to you, and you end up liking the video, be sure to like, and please Tokyo Drift into the subscribe button. Let's get started. Delayed gratification mindset. And this is pretty much exactly what it sounds like, delaying gratification. And it requires me to resist the urge to spend money on impulsive or immediate desires in order to invest or save for something more meaningful. This made me realize that sacrificing short-term spending pleasures usually led to more substantial financial rewards in the future, not to mention a lot less physical crap to deal with. A waiting period for spending, and really anything in general, always allowed me to make more clear decisions with more intentionality. And a great example was when I was working to pay off my car. I won't go into specific numbers, but I owned somewhere around $9,324.27 before I began to aggressively save toward paying it off in full. I know everyone's financial situation is very unique. By evaluating where I was able to cut back spending and instead literally putting that cash into an envelope dedicated to paying off my car, I was shocked to see how quickly I was actually able to do so. My point is, by delaying impulse purchases, you could possibly reach some bigger financial milestones much sooner. The value-based mindset. A value-based mindset when it comes to saving money means aligning my spending habits with my core values and long-term goals. Instead of mindlessly spending on impulse purchases or following societal norms, I prioritize my expenses based on what truly matters to me. Everyone's opinion on what's worth spending money on will vary drastically because we all have different values, or at the very least, prioritize them differently. For example, I will go to the movies every once in a while, even though you could pretty much find any movie online. But because I value the experience of going to the movies in itself, and that might just not make sense to some people. This mindset was especially effective in helping me just eliminate that desire to purchase things on a whim. Switch from consumer to creator mindset. I've talked about this before, but not really in the sense of saving money and exactly how it does that. Creating more than I consume means that I actively engage in producing or generating things, ideas, or experiences more than I passively consume or take in from the world around me. Although I like to sit lazily and watch skate videos from time to time, I try to actually be out skating more than I do that, or at least the same amount. This is something I'm still actively working at, admittedly because it's much easier to consume than create. And even though it's just impractical to be a productive human being 24 hours a day, I think at the very least, there needs to be a fairly equal balance of output to input. Ryan Reynolds actually texted me the other day suggesting that I talked about Mint Mobile today, and I only agreed because it makes sense for this video. While everything on this list consists of mindsets and behaviors that save money, switching to a more affordable phone plan is a practical step that has tangible numbers. Way before this partnership, I talked about the importance of shopping around for more affordable plans, and Mint really just makes the most sense. Plans start at $15 a month or $30 a month for unlimited, which is significantly less than I've been paying ever since I've had a phone. Switching over legitimately took less than 15 minutes, and I was even able to keep the same phone number. I didn't have to drive anywhere or even talk to anyone, just a few clicks and I was done. I've had several plans and subscriptions in my life where the price randomly increased and I couldn't do anything about it. Mint's prices haven't changed since they launched. $30 for an unlimited plan. I'll have a link down below so you can check it out and see if it makes sense for you. Whether it's time, money, or some other resource, there's almost always an opportunity cost for everything. Maybe it's not the healthiest way of thinking, but oftentimes I think about what I could be missing out on when I'm about to make a purchase. Typically because a spontaneous purchase means a delay in a larger financial goal or even a larger purchase. I've talked about trading hours of my life at work in exchange for money and how that made me value money just that much more. And this is similar to that. There will always be an opportunity cost for everything in life, big or small. But adopting this mindset has really helped me be a little bit more thoughtful and calculated with my decisions. The DIY mindset. This is something I started to do and even started to enjoy doing after becoming a minimalist. Admittedly, I used to be someone who would replace something before even getting a shot at fixing it. While I used to be completely annoyed and ready to get rid of something when I noticed it was cracked, scratched, or torn, I now embrace and even sort of like the tattered look of things that I own. I personally think watches look much better when they're broken in, and trying to keep a skateboard damage-free is really a lost cause. This sort of comes full circle, because I try to buy quality items in the first place that can take a beating and last a long time, even if that means more money up front. Maintaining or repairing something that I own and use frequently is a rewarding feeling that helps me get even more of my money's worth of the things that I own and use regularly. Think a little bigger or outside the box. I think most of us, including myself, were taught that growing up, working hard and working often was the only way to get to where we want to be financially. Unfortunately, this traditional way of earning income is a lot less effective in today's day and age, unless you just have a great salary. I've really had to teach myself that I'm not limited to my day job's pay, and that there are other ways to earn an income, even if it's temporary, and even if it's small. If we sit down and assess what we are uniquely good at, there's almost always a way to monetize a skill. I guess what I'm trying to say is, don't limit yourself to your job. Take just a little bit of risk and explore your options. Of course, I only speak from my experiences and my point of view, so take what makes sense from this video and apply it to your own life. As always, I appreciate the time you spent here and I appreciate you watching. If you did like this video and you like this type of content, be sure to like and consider subscribing to my channel, and I'll see you next time.